Good morning, family. This is Coach Charlene. I just wanted to say good morning. It's pretty early, but I was reading a book, another one of my favorites, and it's called The Principles and the Power of Vision. And I always read this particular book probably for the last 10 years every year because vision expands. And this particular part that I'm reading today is that you were given a sense of purpose. And it deals with that scripture in Ecclesiastes 3 and 10. And it says, I have seen the burden God has laid on men. And that's just part of it, but that's the part I want to extract. But that word burden in the Greek means task or occupation. Another word that you can use for it is responsible urge. Another word that I like to use for it is there's something on the inside of you, a cry of the spirit. That's what I call it. It's the cry of the spirit, and it's really that what you were called to do is making you uncomfortable with your current condition and your current situation. So before you were formed in your mother's womb, God knew you, he sanctified you, he set you apart, right? But there's this sense of urgency, this responsible urge that I was born to do something that I was sent here on earth for. See, there's a reason that God was motivated to create you, to put breath in your body, and that's that cry on the inside of you. So when you understand who you are and why you are, you'll have that cry. And there's people that are attached to your cry, just like if you're a baby and you need something and you're crying, usually your mom or your dad or somebody close to you responds to you and tries to help comfort you. Well, it's the same way. It's the cry of the spirit. So there's people that are attached to that call. For instance, if you write a book, there's an audience for that book. If you sing a song or produce a CD, there's an audience to that gift that you have on the inside of you. See, your gift is not just for you. Your gift is for people that are in your generation or next generation or whatever it is that he's called you to do on this earth. So I want you to really tune into that cry, because when you cry your cry, there's nobody else that can cry it like you. And you don't have to worry about competition, because competition goes out the door when everybody's doing what they were assigned to do. You know, in our flesh, we get into that competitive spirit. But I tell you what, Coach Charlene is a 24/7 job. And so I have to work on myself constantly. So I don't have time to be jealous about anything else. So I encourage you today to really listen to that cry of the spirit. It's a passion. It's something that you were called to do. It makes you restless and not happy with where you are today, and it keeps you pulling, because it's really eternity calling you to your purpose. She's pushing you to your purpose, out of your comfort zone, out of that comfortable place where you like to stay. And it keeps pulling and pulling till you start getting on the journey where God has been leading you. So I encourage you, sense that cry, listen to the cry, realign yourself with that cry, because really true success comes when you cry your cry. Just like John the Baptist, he was the voice of one crying in the wilderness. People came through the desert to hear what he had to say because he was crying his cry. He didn't try to cry Jesus's cry. He cried his cry, and people responded, and they came through everybody came to John's baptism. So my point is, when you cry your cry, people will come and hear what you have to say, or use your product that you just produced, or whatever it is. I think you get the gist of what I'm saying. So anyway, you have a great day, and you are truly loved and appreciated, and I will be talking to you soon.